Welcome to Lion Country Safari, West Palm Beach.
Right there, there's an ostrich
That's
at
an
your window,
ostrich.
Scarlet.
Nothing too.
Much bigger.
Look at their long legs.
Oh. Yeah. Where is he going?
Their feet are weird.
Behind the truck. Thinking about where he wants to go. They're a lot bigger up close in person. Oh, it's a wildebeest.
Where's the wildebeest?
The wildebeest is the whole crowd of wildebeests. That's what killed Simba's dad. Remember when they got the stampede and Simba's dad got run over?
Scar?
No, his dad, Mufasa.
Oh.
That's what these were. The wildebeest. A whole herd of wildebeest is what ended up trampling over Mufasa, Simba's dad.
Where's his eyes?
Oh, in the front of his head.
It's weird.
Maybe he's suffering from a case of ring eye. Purple eye. Maybe rhinos get purple eye while humans get pink eye. So here you go, pretty soon we're gonna be like zoo experts. You know, just throwing this out there. Does anybody want to, sponsor us to, I don't know, maybe do zoo reviews? Just saying. So we found a little hedge maze, safari maze they called it. Lacey and I went one way. The girls went a different way. I don't really know which one of us is right, to be honest with you. You know where we are? Nope. We're lost. Who will save us? We bring flares?
No.
My humor is lost on her.
It's hot.
So we got here to St. Augustine, got all set up. We got a week of hanging out here. A few things I want to check out. I really was looking forward to seeing St. Augustine, being the oldest city. I think it's the first settlement from the Spanish here in Florida when the Spaniards still owned it. Anyways, I'm really looking forward to seeing that. Weather's not exactly on our side. We got storms rolling in.
Storms have been rolling in like every stop in Florida that we've been to, so I mean we're kind of used to it, and I guess that's what you get for winter in Florida, but it's okay. We still have high 80-degree weather.
Oh, this is totally different weather patterns than we're accustomed to in the Pacific Northwest.
It's been good. We haven't been able to get out and enjoy the stuff that we would like to have because of the weather.
Yeah. I think this will be our last video for our season, our first season. Not that I really thought we'd have seasons, but this is our last week in Florida. That's just exploring Florida. You know, we got a week next week where we'll be kind of joining the rest of the full-time family groups. But that's our last stop in Florida before we head back out of the state and head back up through the country to go see some more stuff.
Yeah.
See if we can get some more filming done and adventures.
Get back out and venture and see what else we can see and find and do. And
yep. We will say that we didn't get much for video in the last couple of weeks, especially. We were in New Smyrna Beach, which is actually pretty decent. It's right south of Daytona.
It was good. We got our new stickers put on the trailer.
I got them reflective since the last ones. We still have the little ones that are on there, but one of the things I noticed was as the sun came down and it got to be about dusk, they kind of disappeared in the somewhat darkness. So I did something a little more reflective that shines a little in the evening time.
He likes the big, bright, hey, I'm Bryce.
I got them on
I
got them on both sides now, so they look really cool. They look great going down the road. You know, we do get a lot of
attraction.
We get a lot of attention on the freeway, which is
Yeah.
great. You know, and we love you guys that drive by and honk, and we get the waves and we get the thumbs up, and and say, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
You know, if I mistakenly cut you off, I'm sorry. My name's all over the trailer. I'm sure
Try to
you'll find me.
comment.
Feel free to comment down below and say thanks a lot. So St. Augustine will be fun here. It'd be nice to get the stuff knocked out this week here, because at the end of this weekend, on Saturday is the start of Bike Week. And I've been to a bike week in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, many moons ago, and it was crazy there. From what I hear, it's crazy here too. So, be happy to see St. Augustine this week, not this weekend.
Yeah.
I had to stop off at the Spanish bakery. Heard some really cool things about this place. Ate the one sweet potato turnover. Went back for 6 more.
No. Got a loaf of bread. $3. Thing was like this big.
Mm-hmm.
When you're here, you should check it out.
It's good stuff.
Scarlet still catches all lizards.
Just trying.
She's never gonna give up.
Just across the street from St. George Street, where all the walking mall is. So we've got the fort, Castillo de San Marcos. I'm sorry if I said that wrong, but it's the oldest masonry fort in the entire U.S. right here in the oldest town in the U.S. of St. Augustine. It's actually in a pretty decent looking shape. What we have here is the moat around the fort, which allegedly they kept dry most of the time. But the front, here in the middle of the moat, is the ravelin. The ravelin protects the weakest part of the entire fort, which happens to be the entrance. Right there. Now, I'm no historian. I mean, I try to pay attention to history and such. But, you know, I can recall, like most anybody else, that, you know, when you have a castle or a fort that has a moat, it's usually filled with river, water, sludge, alligators, crocodiles, river monsters, whatever it may be. But these guys typically kept the moat dry, which leads me to question, what was the point of the moat? Just so that whoever attacked had more steps to go down? There's something really fascinating found in the moat around the fort. It's this thing here. You guys know what this is? It's called a hot shot furnace. So what's cool about this is that at battle, they would stoke this thing up super hot, right? And then there'd be one guy who's tending to the fire, would take the cannonballs and stick them in on that side. About 30 minutes of running through this whole super stoked hot fire. By the other side, the cannonballs would come out glowing orange hot, right? So the idea behind it is that when they shot the cannonballs at the wooden ships, it set the ship on fire. Unfortunately, apparently the soldiers here never did fire a hot shot cannon at anything, but they drilled it for lots of times. In fact, they had ironclad ships that came out, which made the hot shot totally obsolete at that point. But they still have it here, and it's in really good shape. So as we walked around, read a little bit more around the fort, I learned why the moat was kept dry. I guess since so many of the townsfolk ended up moving into the fort here with the British siege of 17 something, I think. Maybe it was 14 something. Forget the date, I don't quite remember. But the dry moat area was typically used for housing a lot of livestock. So your cow, your oxen, your pigs, your chickens, they were kept pretty much here in this dry moat area. So you could still go in and out of the fort through here on the walkway. And you've still got protection in the front and all your livestock running underneath. We'd love to show you the fort inside, because technically I'd love to see the fort inside, but it closes at 5 and we got here at 5:30. So, because we're just strolling the outside. And the kids are running around like crazy because apparently they had way too much sugar on the friggin' pedestrian mall walkway area.
Thanks to
check out the lighthouse, which is going to be so cool.
Which is true. So St. Augustine Lighthouse, an iconic spot here in the area. We're gonna check it out while we're here. I told the girls too that I think there's a little pirate ship playground. So that pretty much sealed the deal for us to be able to check out the lighthouse. And they have to climb the stairs all on their own accord. 219 steps, I think is what it is. You think you can do it?
Yes.
219 steps.
Still think I can do it. I don't think I can do it.
We'll find out.
So what's cool about this place is they've got 4 different entrances, so you can do a nature walk throughout the park. They have these quests that you can grab, and you can do searches for the different things. So you pick one of these that suits your family best, and along the trail there's little posts that you can just put them back on when you're done.
121 steps, 128 more to go.
I'm good. Why is he so much out of breath?
You know what'd be really fun? Slinky.
No, because it only goes down so many and then it's the platform.
So you just took my fun out. Alright, it's windy up here. Made it. 219 steps, 14 stories. How do you feel?
Good.
You feel
Good. Good.
Could have jogged that. They're Grand Canyon champs. These stairs were nothing. I still think a slinky would be really cool. So you see that's what happens when you condition your kids by hiking through canyons, up and down in the Grand Canyon. They can handle 14 flights of stairs like it's nothing. They're jogging up those things and down it. It really wasn't that bad. What'd you think?
It was fine.
It was a cool view up there though.
Yeah. The wind shakes it, so it's kind of sketchy.
It's a
but
windier day
yeah,
too, so it's windier up top.
It's pretty up there. You get to see the bay and boats and people playing baseball somewhere over there.
I think it's a school.
Oh,
I think it's
but
probably
yeah,
a school.
It
Hey,
was neat.
there's the tin pickle. I was looking forward to actually seeing the tin pickle here. Local, what do they call it? Geedunk, I think that's what it was. And I guess that term geedunk was coined in the 1930s, 33, 37, something like that. It's a term used by the Coast Guard, U.S. Coast Guard and the Navy for little snack bar areas or snack rooms, whatever it was on Coast Guard and Navy vessels. So they, being a maritime museum, they have the tin pickle, local geedunk. Yes, they serve pickles. Lacey got one too. I'm not sure if she liked it, but I think she got a brownie and a banana muffin and some other stuff. And they have some local brews from Atlantic City Brewery here in St. Augustine. Actually pretty good.
It's got Reese's Kisses in there.
Reese's Kisses in the banana bread?
Uh-huh. And chocolate chips.
And what's the verdict?
It's really good.
Oh yeah.
How do you like it, Scarlett?
Nope.
You don't like it?
That's the one that
On top. So we got a brownie. We've already tried it.
Good. That one.
What's in that one?
It's got a Reese's on top, chocolate. Oh, it's got Yorkie's mints in it,
In the brownie?
and the brownie,
Ooh, goody.
and something else. Oh, and, well,
Oh yeah, the pickle. I told everybody about you got the pickle. How was the pickle?
pickle was good. It's gone.
It must have been real good.
It was just wrapper. It's good. Here's the tin pickle.
We're gonna go on a scavenger hunt.
These paths, it's kind of nice to have these nature paths through here at the Lighthouse Museum. They kind of intertwine with each other. No real directions. And it's a good thing I never get lost and I know exactly where we're going.
Look down there.
Right.
That way.
All times.
Be very, very quiet. We're hunting rabbits. You coming?
I'm coming. I'm waiting for everybody to go through first.
Hey, this isn't a rock.
It's not a rock?
No, you can squish it.
What do you got?
It has lines in it. Rocks don't have lines.
It might be animal poop.
Ew! Ew! I can't believe you touched that!
Well, I might be wrong. I am pretty sure that we are very much off the path that we were supposed to be on.
That's what happens when you let a 7-year-old lead.
I'll give Aubrey credit. I mean, she puts a lot of effort into being the leader. But, I mean, it's, yeah. A 7-year-old can fit into... A 7-year-old can, hey, look, a trail. So anyway, she can fit into places much better than the rest of us can. I think the kids got more involved with finding what could be a trail until we ended up in somebody's backyard. That's always awkward. Lacey and I have talked about it a bunch. I'm pretty sure she likes them about as much as I do, or I like them a lot more, but she's starting to
They're
like
cool
them.
because you could put like
Trios.
treehouse in there.
Live oaks. Wherever we end up settling down, I hope we have a couple or a bunch or what have you of live oaks on the property. They only grow about 50 feet tall or so, but because of the way they spread out and they gnarl and twist and just expand all over the place, they can be like 100 feet wide, but only 50 feet tall. Super cool trees though. I told everybody we should have gone this way. That's gonna wrap it up here in St. Augustine. It was a pretty cool visit with the Lighthouse and the Maritime Museum. What did you guys think?
We loved it! And we also got our certificates.
What are they?
Certificates! 219 stairs, and we got certificates and new t-shirts.
T-shirt
Yeah.
that said, I climbed the stairs of the lighthouse.
I'm gonna put this up close so you guys can see better.
Nice shot. Yep, very good certificate.
If you haven't subscribed, do it now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching. Make sure you give us a huge thumbs up. Click that subscribe button. Turn notification. See you guys later. Bye. And don't forget to subscribe and give us the hugest thumbs up. Have your parents do it.